Hello everyone, my name is Owen Murphy, co-founder of the Sales Circle, where we've helped over 300 people with no tech experience break into tech sales, where we're just going to set them up on a top 1% earning career path, and all these people having no previous tech sales experience. And one of these people that we worked with is Tyla, who we've worked with over the last month. Tyla, would you like just give a quick intro into who you are and where you're after landing your job?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Tyler, and I've just finished university. I'm just about to graduate this month, actually. And yeah, I decided to go through the sales circle because I was very interested in tech sales, but coming from a student background, had no clue that it was even a possibility for students. Didn't know anything about it, so that's why I joined. And yeah, I'm about to start my role at Amex GBT in just under 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Amazing. And yeah, Tyler, as you said there, you literally hadn't even finished college yet fully when you had landed your role. I suppose going back to before you joined in with the sales circle, what was kind of prompting your interest in wanting to go down the tech sales route?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was genuinely just scrolling through LinkedIn. I think I was in a rut with job applications. But yeah, no, a lot of students in my course were in consulting, finance, that's the internships and grad roles they were looking at. And I was applying and I was like, I actually don't think this is a right fit for me. I was doing the interviews and I was like, I'm not really interested. So I was scrolling on LinkedIn and a lot of them were talking about sales roles, but specifically tech sales. And that's where I found you in a comment about a tech sales role, and I was like, oh, he seems like quite positive. Seems to know a lot about the role as well. So I clicked into it, saw the sales circle, and I was like, this is something I think would fit me very well. So yeah.
Very good, very good. And what was it specifically you felt about, like, when you started to research then a bit about tech sales and kind of what it was all about, that you felt that kind of aligned with you, I suppose, a bit more than, the consultant or the kind of those traditional routes that nearly
Yeah.
everyone in these kind of business courses or economics courses or politics courses kind of seem to be all pushed down this one route. And the kind of tech sales route was never really talked about to people.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was almost that uniqueness. I was looking for something that was constantly changing, constantly evolving. And AI, definitely, everyone knows that's something that's up and running, but it's also so new and so fresh. And I was kind of looking for that environment, something that, like, I'm very young right now, but something that could, like, last me throughout my career and I could also develop and grow with. I felt that with, like, some other roles and positions, I'd be a bit stagnant and stuck. And I was, after looking at tech sales, I realized that's not what I would be in that position.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be on I suppose, the cutting edge of everything that's happening with AI, with AI at 100%. And I suppose from the point then when you kind of come across this and you were like, oh, this actually sounds very interesting, kind of a bit more of a, I suppose, help getting in and things like that. What kind of prompted you and pushed you to be like, okay, instead of just going and figuring this out myself, but maybe what you had been doing when it came to trying to land the consultant jobs that put you in a bit of a rut, what made you feel like, okay, let's actually go and get a bit of help and a bit of structure on actually breaking into this?
I think it was that. I think it was that I realized that I was having an issue with a lack of structure. Like, I think I was just going into it a bit guessing. Like, I think in university, other students will know you do have like the careers services and everything, and they do a general guide. But I think what I realized after doing this sales circle is you guys were very specific in terms of how to actually get to that role. And I wanted a clear structure. And I told you that, I think, initially, and you definitely fulfilled it. I was like, I feel like I just don't know what I'm doing. So having a guide and having that helping hand as well, almost pushing you. So not just always being with you, but also proactively pushing you to go beyond your current skill set and what you currently know. That's what I was looking for. So guidance and just pushing you, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's so funny as well because so many people go into a course like you were in, really good course, good college, everything like that. But the issue is that, when it comes to the actual job landing part of it, there's very actually little structure put on, like, how do you actually do a great interview? How do you actually put yourself in front of these companies? How do you stand out from the crowd? Obviously, is what we always talk about. And did you find that as well in terms of just like there wasn't really that structure or guidance to actually how you can go and do this and actually put yourself in a position that you're like, okay, I'm going to land a really good role at a really good company?
Yeah, I think it was like I didn't know how to stand out. I knew, okay, create a great CV. I do have like great qualifications, good university and everything. But especially with like consulting finance, even say it was like everyone tends to be coming from quite good universities, having good academic
Mm.
backgrounds. So it's like, how do you make yourself different? And honestly, what I'd tell anyone is the sales circle will teach you that. That comes with the program. It teaches you how to be a bit more unique, how to stand out and just push yourself against every other candidate, which is exactly how I landed my role, to be honest. Like they did tell me like you did stand out amongst the crowd of applicants. So yeah.
Because that's the thing, Tyler. You know, we're putting ourselves into a position, and you've set yourself up now in a career where, like, you know, the sky is the limit with it in terms of progression. You know, you can really press on to like be earning serious amounts of money, well up into the multiple six figures over the years to come. And it's like, why would you nearly just do the same as everyone else? Why would you do the bare minimum when this is going to set you up so well into, like, you know, like the company you broke into, Amex GBT, like. I think they literally receive hundreds, if not thousands, of
Yeah,
applicants to get into the company, and it's like, of course, you're going to have to make yourself stand out a bit from the crowd because
exactly.
look what's setting you up for.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's also like through social media, people were like, you only make a change if you also change. So I was
Yeah.
realizing I'm not going to get anywhere if I keep going down this same route of applying the exact same way. And I think I came to the sales circle obviously with an issue, and I was like, but I'm not entirely sure how to change that problem. So I think if you're currently stuck, I know most students can almost empathize. I can empathize with them, they can empathize with me. We're stuck in this job market. And I think the sales circle definitely provides that guidance of how to break that mold. So yeah.
And I suppose talk to me then, you know, I think it was kind of around the middle of May maybe when you actually were like, okay, right, we're
Mm.
gonna get launch into the actual job searching and actually getting into the process of actually landing one of these jobs. You were kind of obviously come to the end of uni and things like that. I suppose just walk, I suppose, me through in terms of like, you know, when you came into the sales circle then, like the training you went through and the kind of like the support and just kind of how did you feel that whole process went?
Yeah, that's a great question because I actually got the sales circle, I believe, in December last
Yeah.
year. And it's currently now like July, 1st of July. But what I loved about it was that you did provide that guidance and that checkup because you have like the client success team as well. So Vidiana and Harry as well, both of them just constantly checking up. And I did say I wanted to like focus on university, and you provided that space for me to do that whilst also being like, Tyla-Raé, are you like looking at different sales podcasts? I was listening to so many different ones, checking in on me, making sure I was doing the questionnaire, even though I wasn't actively like looking for jobs. So I think you guys provide such a great balance for students as well. It's a great
Hmm.
market as well. So you can still focus on university, but also get that knowledge that Circle provides, that training as well. So yeah, I think I realized only have a month left of uni. Like I actually do need to lock in and get a job. So in May, I was like, let me make sure I get sections 1, 2 done, CV, LinkedIn locked in, and apply. And you guys fostered that completely. Like the whole team was like, okay, yes, you're ready now. Let's make sure that we keep going, keep that momentum, and get to the end. And that's what happened. So yeah, it's great.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then I suppose obviously we went about then when you were kind of ready, you had your, you know, your training done, your CV, your LinkedIn, you were ready to start actually going in and start doing interviews. I suppose what did the process look for like for you doing that? Obviously we were able to facilitate a couple of introductions and things like that for you as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think the thing that stands out to me and what I'd say to people is that your network truly is your net worth. You hear it all the time, but even my friends that I know have gotten roles, it's through networking. And Sales Circle provides that community. If you're interested in sales, it's the best way to do it because your team, you Owen as well, you've had that experience in Salesforce. You're talking to people that actually have that experience. They were once in your shoes looking for roles in sales and now know how to get that. So with Amex GBT, honestly, I have to owe it to Sales Circle because it was through that community and like referrals that I was able to be like, oh, we were both in the same program. Like, can I talk to you a little bit more? Can you help guide me through the process? And I do think that was instrumental for me landing the role, as well as the training on top of that with Sales Circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because I think we were kind of lucky in that sense that we had only couple of months prior we had placed
Yeah,
Dylan Rush into Amex GBT. He was absolutely smashing it. So how it
exactly.
worked, like obviously Vincent, the manager, then when they were like looking to hire for another, and it just correlated. Obviously, when you were looking to get your job, then Vincent reached out to me. He's like, "Owen, we need another STR. Do you have any really
Yeah,
good people based in London?" I was like, "Well, Tyla literally has just literally handed in her CV to me about 2 days
yeah,
ago, and I think she's absolutely perfect for it." And I think, yeah, that process from when we initially introduced you to when you got the offer from Amex GPT probably about 10 days, maybe
yeah.
something
It
like
was
that.
really quick, but that's exactly what I wanted. Because I think sometimes you're just like, some companies like before the sales circle would want to do like 6 rounds of interviews spaced out between like 2 months, and like a lot of people just either don't have the time for that, but also like don't want to get to the end and be told like no. I liked that this provided structure. You weren't being messed about at all. Um, and that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted like to go into a company that I trusted and also be guided by a program that I trusted. And I kind of got the best of both worlds, which was amazing. And just to add on to that, the talent platform, I could speak wonders about it, but I absolutely love it because you're connected with hiring managers, basically almost seeing you and like talking to you first. Like I wanted Amex GBT, but I told you that, and instantly Vincent came to me as well. So it was very much a great match because I was like, oh, I want to work with you. You want to work with me as well. And then the interview process was just making sure that it was a great fit, and it definitely was. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think obviously going in with the sales circle stamp of approval
Yeah.
definitely helps. But then as well as that, obviously being I suppose the process then of going through the interview, obviously we were able to give you that guidance and the support when
Exactly.
you're actually going through the interview process as well.
Yeah, completely. And I think it was also like I wasn't sure like what the interview process would look like for tech sales because it was something I was unfamiliar with. And just having the sales circle, but also Dylan as well to guide me, and also Vincent. Like they were very positive and very encouraging during the interview process. And I do think it helped that Dylan was from the sales circle, and not only that, was a top
Yeah,
performer in the team. So it just goes to prove that it's not just you land the job, but the sales circle teaches you the great tools, qualities, traits needed to actually be a top performing SDR in the role. So it's almost like it's not just like a short term benefit, it's very much long term.
yeah.
Like you take that with you for the rest of your career.
And I suppose on that, Tyler, you've set yourself up now. You're about to start into Amex GBT in London. Amazing company, big tech company, which is great. It's going to have that lovely structured career path ahead of you. I suppose to where you started maybe a month ago when you really started going on this to now having landed a job and looking forward in the career path. I suppose just how do you feel about the coming months and the coming years now to come?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm ecstatic. I just think there's so much room for opportunity, both in sales but also in tech. Like, I just think it's a great combination of two areas of great interest. Just what I tell anyone is that specifically with sales, you're building the skills that are just needed generally for future. It's
Yeah.
necessarily business skills of communication, learning to listen, learning how to turn a problem into an actual solution, how to diagnose that problem and qualify. Like these are essential skills needed not only professionally but also in your personal life too, like just building networks. So that's what stood out to me about sales. And then as I said with tech, like it's just constantly growing, constantly evolving. You're always going to be needed, to be honest. They're always
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be. I think that was also it. Like I wanted to be needed in the market, and with tech sales, that's something everyone's going to need. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think the sales program kind of sets you up for success in that front.
Yeah, no, I always say to people, it is probably one of the like if you have the ability to sell, you have the ability to create relationships, have the ability to communicate. You're never and you're really good at it. You're never going
Yeah.
to be short of a job. You're never going to be short of a job. Because it is very such an important skill today. Well, I suppose one final question then, Tyler, if someone, there's so many other people in the UK, especially, and in Ireland and all these other places, are just finishing up university right now, and they're sitting there maybe in the position where you are, and you're like, I actually don't even really know like where I want to take this or where I want to go. They're sitting in the same position you are. What would you say to them right now?
Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest things I'd say is your investment in yourself and your network are like the greatest tools for success. I'd say the Cell Circle is an investment, and you're just going to get so many long-term benefits from it in the future, but also now. So if you're in doubt, I'd say take the leap. There's no point just waiting for ages and ages, but just putting it off to look back and be like, oh, I should have done this sooner. So I'd say just do your research, get comfortable, talk to people as well in the Cell Circle, even Owen as well. Just find out, is this a great match for you? You'll build that trust. Trust me, you'll build that trust. And then you'll realize, oh, okay, this is something that's working for people. So many people are landing their jobs. So take that.
Absolutely. Well, Tyler, thank you very much for coming on, sharing your story. I'm sure there are, as I said, thousands, if not tens of thousands of people out there that completely relate to the situation that you were going through in college. And there's probably loads of people that are hopefully interested now in making the jump like exactly like you did. And if you are watching this and you do feel like, you know what, if Tyler can do it, so can I. And I want to get into an exact career path that Tyler is going into. Make sure, click the link in the description, go on, as Tyler said, submit an application, you go on, we can have a chat, understand if a tech sales is the right fit for you and how we can break it down and actually get you in the next 30 to 60 days, exactly like Tyler did and over the 300 other plus people that we have worked with. So guys, also click the link, subscribe as well, and there's loads more tech sales content that are going to be coming up on this channel. So yeah, Tyler, thanks very much, and we'll be chatting soon.
Thank you too, and hopefully see you
All the
soon.
best. Bye bye.